Welcome CJP. We are here for our Platinum Partner Update in Wichita, Kansas with FlightSafety International. We are here with Brian Moore, who is CEO of the joint venture. We're here with Mike Fratoro, who is Manager of Business Development for the Owners Groups, as well as Jack Tessman, who's Director of Training at the Wichita Cessna Center, as well as a member of the CJP Safety Committee. Thank you for being on our panel today and look forward to our conversation. So Brian, the last 2 years have been extremely challenging in the aviation industry with pilot shortages. What has FlightSafety been doing to get instructors and other personnel on board?
And Trent, you hit the nail on the head. This really has been an industry-related issue, and FlightSafety has certainly not been exempt from it any more than any of the other operators out there. So we've done a lot of innovative things in the last year to attract top talent into our instructor ranks. We have a number of programs that are out there that are different than what have been offered before in terms of just a normal full-time instructor role. So we think that really addresses some of the unique needs that the industry is facing right now. Additionally, we have a really top-notch recruiting team that is out there beating the bushes, if you will, getting the talent in the door. We've been hosting recruiting events and open houses at many of our learning centers. And in fact, the last 2-3 months, we've seen some great success in that regard across the entire enterprise. We're up just shy of 80 instructors from where we were earlier in the year. So while we still have some runway ahead of us, we're making progress in the areas that we need to make making progress, and we're pleased with the direction we're going right now. I'll mention that we're hiring. So I'm going to put that shameless plug in there, because if any of the membership knows anybody that they think might be a good fit for FlightSafety, we'd be happy to talk to them. And in fact, we're offering an incentive program to CJP members right now. It's a $1,500 referral fee for any full-time instructor that comes on board with us in the next 12 months.
Excellent. Yeah, Brian, thank you for telling us more about that referral program. And members, you're able to go to the member benefits page and look under FlightSafety to get more details about that referral program. Mike, we heard at the recent annual convention that training slots at FlightSafety are at a premium. What should members be doing to secure their training slots with FlightSafety?
Well, Trent, as Brian mentioned, FlightSafety is working diligently to resolve our instructor limitation challenges. But owners can do several things to help themselves. Number one, they can schedule their 2023 recurrent today, and if they can't get on the schedule, ensure you're on the wait list. If you're not on our wait list, then you're not on our radar. And we have a team of individuals that are looking at that wait list daily to ensure that every slot is utilized. As you can imagine, aircraft deals fall through, contract pilot takes a different position, or clients simply become ill. So don't be surprised if we call you and say, hey, we'd like you to move up. Be ready for that phone call. Number two, they can schedule their 2024 recurrent training now. Those schedules are available. So you might think that's too far down the road, but schedules are filling up. So why not take advantage of scheduling that event in advance? We want to ensure that you have a recurrent slot and a simulator time of your preference. Number three would be, while you're at the training center and doing your initial recurrent, go visit the scheduling specialist. Talk about future schedules, and again, schedule in advance. You know your due month, so why not schedule that event now? And the fourth thing would be to schedule an OGS or an online ground school recurrent instead of the traditional 3-day. We actually may call you because we can get that recurrent scheduled sooner as we're able to free up instructor resources. And the last thing is, consider scheduling with another owner. In other words, schedule as a crew. That actually helps us somewhat with scheduling, and learning or sitting in the right seat is extremely valuable.
So Mike, thank you very much for that update. Very important for the CJP members, just like at FlightSafety, as well as other providers such as Textron Aviation Service Centers, to make sure that you reach out, get on the books now. So as you were saying, you call a center and then you get on the wait list, and it's important to reach out in 2023, 2024. Anything else that you want to say about the wait list?
Well, the wait list is an enterprise wait list, so as long as you're on that list, we can track you. What has happened is that some owners say, I'll call you back, let me look at my schedule or let me think about it. And of course, now they're further down the wait list. So please, if you're interested in a recurrent in 2023 or 24, get on the wait list.
Perfect. Yep, thank you, Mike. So Brian, you've made some recent simulator changes within FlightSafety. Can you explain those changes and kind of the behind the scenes, why those changes took place?
Yeah, sure, Trent. Like any business, you always have to look strategically at the direction you're taking for the future, make good decisions, and make sure that the business is right-sized for the level of operation that you have going on. So some things that we've done recently, I'll talk about what we've done in Tampa. We have converted the CJ3 simulator into a CJ3 Plus simulator. That is actually scheduled to be ready for training in November of this year.
Great.
So we're excited to see that happening here very quickly. Along with that, the convertible device, which was a CJ3 Plus and M2 simulator, is going to be locked down in the M2 mode. And so what that will do on this important fleet is give us some additional capacity out of the Tampa location. Now, I think everybody's aware we also recently shut down the operation in Carlsbad, and we had a CJ3 and a CJ4 simulator located at the Carlsbad facility. And it really just came down, quite frankly, to the business environment there on the West Coast.
Sure.
Probably no shock to everybody, it's somewhat difficult, it was very expensive. And we had open bays that were perfectly serviceable in our Long Beach facility, just a little bit up the road. So we made the decision to shut those devices down in Carlsbad. They are currently relocated in Long Beach, and they started operating October 3rd. So we're up and running and training in the Long Beach facility for CJ3 and CJ4 training right now. Now, I'll tell you, be a little patient with us as we get the staffing up. We had some instructors from Carlsbad transfer, but not everybody. So we have done a lot of hiring into the Long Beach facility. We actually have 6 people that are in new hire mode, some that are on the books to get qualified yet later this year, and some as we get into the early part of 2023. But we're looking to be in good shape for the future, and I'm really pleased with how that is going to roll out in the location in Long Beach. And the last one, and I know this has been forefront on a lot of people's minds, the Mustang in Orlando.
Sure.
And really what it came down to is any capacity constraints actually had nothing to do with time in the simulator. There was adequate time in one simulator to encompass all of the business that we had. The limitations, as we've already talked, have been really instructor related. But the fact is that device in Orlando was getting aged, and we were starting to have some maintenance related issues with it. And it was just simply at a vintage where to upgrade the device was going to be a significant investment. It didn't have the latest Garmin NXI avionics, wasn't capable of achieving much in the way of regulatory qualifications outside of FAA. So when we put all that together, the right business decision for us ultimately was to shut that simulator down, consolidate the operation into the Wichita device. So that'll be happening later on this year, and we're bulking up the instructor staff in Wichita to accommodate the business. I guess the one bad news story is, while there's plenty of capacity, is that some of the training times may be at hours that typically the owners have not experienced when we have the 2 devices running. So I'm going to go back to what Mike was saying earlier. Get on the books, get on the books.
Right.
And the sooner you do that, the more likely we're going to be able to accommodate those better simulator times.
Yep, perfect. Right, thank you. So Jack, FlightSafety partnered with CJP on the Safe to Land by providing a large financial donation, instructor expertise, and simulators. Charlie Precourt and Dax Beal presented at the recent 2022 annual convention, which was absolutely fantastic. Can you tell us, when do we expect that Safe to Land will be available in the Mustang as well as 525 CJ programs within FlightSafety?
Safe to Land program has basically 2 big portions. The first portion being the ground school, which the CJP members, over 500 of them, attended at the recent conference in October of this year. Those pilots when the course becomes available, will be able to come to one of our centers and go directly to the simulator for the simulator portion. Simulator testing for the modification for the safe to land element is currently in works, actually slightly ahead of schedule. We've had some pretty good progress in regard to our first attempt. As we go forward, we'll keep the membership apprised of the progress of those sims on the CJP Safe to Land website. The first sims that'll be available will be the Cessna 510 or Mustang in Wichita, followed by the M2 3 Plus in Wichita, the CJ3, and then eventually we'll get all of the Citation Series, CJ Series rather, online. This will also include the True Sims that were produced down in Tampa and will eventually be installed at Long Beach, California. Stay tuned, there'll be more to follow on the CJP website, and we will keep you apprised as to the progress of this program.
Awesome. All of us at CJP are very appreciative of FlightSafety's work to get these up and running. So again, thank you for your work, both in the past, present, and future.
This program will be successful. It's got a lot of enthusiasm behind it. In fact, if anybody gets the opportunity to speak to someone who's been at the CJP conference and attended the training, they'll like what they have to hear.
Yep, absolutely. Thank you, Jack. Jack, can you explain to us the new interpretation of the 6158 progressive check rides, please?
There's been a lot of questions in that area recently. The progressive check falls under the requirement where each turbojet pilot has to annually attend a course or a check ride to get a proficiency check. FlightSafety and the other training providers have several ways to accomplish that check. One of the most common is a progressive check. This would be done during a normal recurrent course. You'd be working through all of the approaches, the airwork, the equipment failures, and at the same time, your instructor, if that person's an evaluator, will be giving you a check. It's a good course to take, and it's most applicable for a pilot that's proficient in the aircraft and has been on that model in his recent flying. The second method is a standalone check. Now there's a person that should take that as well. The standalone check will allow you to have 2 full days of training under no jeopardy. And at the conclusion of those 2 days, we'll take a standalone check ride, and it's only the flying portion. Only a couple of malfunctions, and it's a lot better for someone who hasn't had training recently in the aircraft. Now here's the concern that a lot of people have about whether to take one or the other. Take the progressive if you're a qualified pilot, if you're competent on that airframe. But if there is more than 2 maneuvers that become unsatisfactory and require additional training, that progressive check has been failed. You'll have to get retrained and rechecked. How often does that happen? I'll tell you. In the high 90 percentile range, the progressives are successful. Same is true for the standalone check. High 90% is successful there as well. Either course is fine. Decide for yourself which is best, or contact the center and talk to the program manager or center management, and they'll help guide you to the right decision.
Awesome. Jack, thank you for that explanation. As you can imagine, on our CJP forums, there have been lots of questions, so appreciate the further interpretation.
Thank you.
Brian, one of the highlights of the annual convention was FlightSafety's donation of $35,000, which covered the membership dues for the 2022 Gold Standard Safety Award winners. Why did you guys do that?
Thanks for bringing that up, Trent. I'll tell you, we're really proud of the partnership that we have with the CJP and the long-standing partnership we've had to support the members. And so, in as much as the organization is hyper-focused on increasing safety among the owner pilots right now, we agree with that 100%. And we wanted to show our agreement by participating in this important Gold Standard Safety Award. A lot of the work that's gone into that, we've participated hand in hand in development of some of the programs. So we're really enthusiastic about this. It really fits directly into who we are as an organization, and so it's a part of the partnership that we're extremely thrilled about.
Awesome. Well, and Brian, we're very appreciative of not only that, a lot of goodwill on our forums and among the members, both at the convention and as I said, forums. We also greatly appreciate the support you've done in the years past and today for the Companions Ground School, not only the course that's taught, but also at the annual convention, we had over 60 companions go through that. So again, we appreciate the support that was done there.
Yeah, what a great event. Our people really enjoy coming down and participating in doing that. You know, this program has been successful over the years. Actually enough so, Trent, that we're in the process of rolling out what will be the next iteration of the course, really creatively called Companion Course 2.0. But I think we've seen a lot of renewed interest in it, and we've seen some companions who have not previously shown the desire to get involved in this course after what they experienced at the convention come up and say, you know, I think I want to do that. And so we're excited for that partnership, and we think it just is one more overall enhancement to the safety that the organization is bringing to the membership. So appreciate that, and we're glad to be involved in it as
Excellent.
well.
And I know from some of the companions that have recently gone through the beta test of the 2.0, they're really excited about this next
The feedback's
course.
been very positive.
Yep,
Yeah.
awesome. And then lastly, the support you guys have given to CJP over the years on the What Good Looks Like videos, those have been absolutely helping aviation safety, not only within citation, but that it's open to anybody. I think it's over 30 videos, and year over year they just keep getting better and better. So thank you for your support in helping us provide those videos.
Yeah, those videos I think are really exciting to me, Trent, because they're really zeroing in on specific things that the pilots can watch, and then they can take that away and apply that in the airplane. So they're very well done. They don't take a long time to look at, and I think they're very relevant. So that's been a great aspect of the partnership. We've been really happy to participate in that, and we're looking forward to the ones that we'll be working on in 2023 with you as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. On behalf of CJP, we'd like to thank FlightSafety for this Platinum Partner Update. Thank you from Brian, Mike, and Jack. We appreciate you guys sharing your insights and where we are today and where we are in the future. Brian, is there anything else that you'd like to share with the membership?
Yeah, Trent, I appreciate it. Thanks for having us and the opportunity to do this update. It's always great for the chance to talk to the membership in this fashion. You know, one thing that I will mention is we do have the FlightSafety app that is available on the App Store. And so if you want to download that, it gives you access to a lot of great information and some of the things that we've touched on today. You can see scheduling opportunities. When you're scheduled, you can actually see your schedule. You can get your pre-course materials well in advance of your course. You can get your records. And then we also have the What Good Look Like video available through the app as well. So it's a great tool that's out there. If you haven't downloaded it yet, I'm gonna invite you to do that. I think you'll get a lot out of it. So Trent, again, thanks for having us. We really appreciate the opportunity.
Excellent. Well, we appreciate your time. We appreciate you talking to the membership. And I do have one question though. Did you guys know that there's a rumor that David Miller is the boss of Charlie Precourt? Have you guys heard that before?
Well, I know that David has these huge delusions of grandeur that just continually float around. And I don't know if you guys know this, but I've had a chance to fly with David once or twice here recently, and I'm getting therapy for that.
Okay. Well, good. Hopefully it works out. We wish him all the best.